Hi, so the podcast that you're about to watch was filmed in Qatar and is about my experience attending Web Summit for the first time in Qatar 2025. So if you're interested about attending Web Summit or curious about what Web Summit is, please do check this video out. It'll be really useful. And it was filmed with my good friend Noor Uddin. He also runs a channel called Sprinkle the Deen, and I'll leave it in the description. So without further ado, let's jump into the podcast episode.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back for another podcast. And in this one, I've got a special guest. And I wouldn't even say a guest, actually. It's a brother, personal friend of mine, long-term friend. Assalamu alaikum, Zach.
Wa alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
How's it going, my brother? So, you've actually flew from England to Qatar for a very special reason for the past week?
That's right. Yeah, I came to attend a Web Summit.
Web Summit, that's crazy, man. Yeah. So, because I haven't been to it, last I actually heard of it, it was... we're pushing over 20,000 people, right, that attended this Web Summit.
Yeah, lots of people.
That's insane. How do you even get around?
Yeah, it's like a lot of like dodging around, and it feels like almost like Umrah, but people are there for different reasons.
Mashallah, of course, I get it. It's busy people walking around.
Yeah.
No, of course. So, what got you into checking out the Web Summit to come to even Qatar in the first place for this Web Summit?
So, like, the main reason why I came here was to try and get like maybe a job in Qatar, but then I realized like Web Summit's probably not the best place to do that because like a lot of the people that are attending are actually not from Qatar; they're international. But yeah,
okay, but why is that? Like, what did you notice? Why is there not many people
from Qatar?
Local?
Because Web Summit is like an international thing, so they host it in different countries. So this is where they're hosting in Qatar, but normally they host it in Lisbon and Rio de Janeiro. So they just sort of like move it around and rotate it around.
I'm guessing you've seen all walks of life then.
Yeah. Because like the Middle East is like literally like in the center of the world. So like there's like people from Asia, there's people from Africa, there's people from Europe, there's people from all over the place like attending. So because it's close to everywhere, to be honest.
I can fully understand. Oh, that's a good place to network, I guess. Then.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Absolutely. So did you manage to find anyone?
Yeah. So like when I was there, like I came across like a lot of different people. So basically the first like night is like the night summit. In fact, actually, when I got off the plane, I met someone who's actually like attending Web Summit. As soon as I got off the plane, the first person I turned around to, he goes, "Oh, why are you here?" And then he goes, "I'm here for a Web Summit." And he was like, I'm here for the same reason."
Perfect. So you've already found a friend before even attending the Web Summit.
Exactly.
I bet you that's a lot of stress off your shoulder.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because you meet someone straight off the plane. Like the first person you speak to, they're basically attending the Web Summit, and then we got chatting for a bit. And basically, he's actually he's Australian. He's originally from Australia, but he's recently moved to the UK, and he's working in Manchester, and he's working in sales. And he's the reason why he's here is he's trying to find new customers for the company that he's working for. And the company he's working for does some interesting stuff. Like basically, they use AI to make call center quality assurance better. So basically, whenever you hear your calls being monitored for quality purposes, basically they're using AI to get insights into how to improve the call and improve the customer experience. So,
interesting. What better place to find more information about such topic than the Web Summit?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's interesting. At least we know why the person that you met was there for. So what was your reasoning then? How does it affect your job what you taking back to England with you?
So what I'm taking back is I feel like it's really opened my mind in terms of startups and in terms of business ideas and things like that. Because you see a lot of people doing things that that you thought weren't that possible before, basically showcasing their startup idea, and it really it motivates you to try and do the same as well.
Yeah, I guess. Well, me personally, if I ever attended it, I'll be going with the mindset that, I know it all. But as soon as I'm there, I'm like, damn, I actually don't know it all. People are so innovative, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the way that Web Summit works, there's an app as well that you've got as well. And you could sort of see different events that are happening, for example, different speakers and things like that. So on the event, you can schedule, you can basically make your own sort of schedule for what you're going to see. And the thing about it is like some of the different speakers, they're speaking in like around the same time, so almost in parallel. And like at first I was thinking, how is that possible? Because I've attended conferences in the past, like, and I attended one in Middlesbrough, like, if you remember. But that one like was a smaller one. There was only one stage. Whereas like Web Summit, there's about 5 different stages or something like that. There's loads of different stages, but there's one main like center stage, and then there's like different side stages, and then there's like different booths, like where certain companies are like big companies like Qatar Airways, and Talibat as well were there, and TikTok were there, and also like Snapchat as well, and all these big companies, like they have like a booth, and like all the startups, like they have like a little like stall, so like they basically just like stand by the stall, and like whenever you walk past, you can just like chat to them and ask them like what their startup is, and they'll give you information, and they even give you like a demo sometimes as well.
Interesting. That's nice to know. Was there any startups that actually caught your eyes and you were like, wow, that's very interesting?
That's a really good question, actually. You know, like there was a startup from Zimbabwe, from Africa, and like they had like an interesting product. So basically, their product like was like a platform where like it can connect you to like lawyers from anywhere on the continent. So and also like it can connect you to specialty lawyers. So like if you needed like a lawyer for some sort of like niche thing. Like I don't know the law too well, so I don't know like what niche things there will be.
No, but the niche market is endless.
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
whatever you want to plan out, you can find it in the niche market.
Exactly. So if you need like a corporate lawyer or something like that, you can find it on their platform, and you could exchange everything, like the whole case management thing. Like they could send you a contract, they could send you everything like through their platform. So it was really interesting to see like how they built it, and like how like it's almost like a complete like solution. Like and there was like quite a few other ones. There was some that were like using VR to sort of like train doctors and things like that. Like so for example, like in a surgery room, like it can train like a doctor like in a virtual reality space, and it'll cost like less to train them there, and they can be like more practical, more quicker. So yeah, like so some really interesting like innovative.
Of course, like I said, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
You think you know it all, but then you go there and you realize you don't, because there's so much ideas, innovative.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
Wow.
And on the first night as well, actually so on the first night I spoke to someone like who was really interesting. He's this Dutch guy from the Netherlands, and basically like he works as a freelance journalist.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, what he does is like basically he has like his like specific niche. So his is like technology, PR, and marketing. So he'll cover topics on that. And basically, like the way he works is he'll cover a story and then he'll sell it to like other like news agencies or other third parties. And basically, he was there like he's the only like journalist from the Netherlands there, so basically there's no competition for him, and basically he was able to like book like really interviews with people that he wouldn't normally get interviews with. So I think he had one with the CEO of Snapchat and some big other big names as well. Like I think Malcolm Gladwell, like the author, might have been in there as well.
Wow.
So he was able to book like get these interviews with them, and basically he was there like for him this is like really good because there's literally no competition from like the Netherlands. And
so he's got a lot to gain, and at that point I bet he utilised that opportunity, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So I asked him like what's his process for interviewing people? Like so he said like basically like beforehand he'll prepare like questions and things like that. He'll prepare for the interview, and also sometimes basically the person's marketing team, well, not the marketing but their PR team will want to like know the questions beforehand, so they don't get surprised or get caught off guard by a question or something like that. So it was really interesting speaking to him as well, and there was like lots of other interesting people as well.
I can only imagine. Now obviously as an attendee you were.
Yeah.
What about the presenters? What were they like? Because I seen on my Instagram, there was some very interesting characters. Like, well, when I say characters, I mean, who would have thought Will Smith is going to be in the bloody Web Summit? That's crazy. What's Will Smith doing there?
That is a really good point. Yeah. So you know, like I actually didn't know that Will Smith was going to be there until somebody told me that Will Smith is speaking, and I was actually shocked. Yeah.
Did you believe it?
I was at first. I believed it because I saw all the big names there, but I didn't expect Will Smith to be there. Like so basically, he told me. I looked on the app, and like I could see Will Smith speaking. And I made sure to be there, like for when Will Smith was speaking, and literally like the main stage area, like there was so many people that were like there's only like a limited number of seats, so most of the people were standing, and people like I looked behind me, and people were standing like all the way out through the back, like just to like see Will Smith speaking, and it was really interesting to see Will Smith in real life, like speaking, and honestly, I can say. Like and this is the thing about like seeing these people in real life, you can kind of tell like who is a good public speaker and who isn't. So Will Smith, like he's excellent like public speaker. Like just from the stage, you can see like his stage presence. Like he's like you can see like he's like hand gestures, and he's a really good storyteller. You can see that.
Amazing.
And then like to close out the summit, we also had like Malcolm Gladwell as well. Like I really like his work. He's like an author. He does like lots of like interesting books and things like that. Like I listened to some of his audiobooks, and then after that we had Mo Farah as well. Like so. Yeah.
No way, big up Mo Farah, the runner for England.
Yeah, exactly.
No way. Okay.
And he was the final speaker. Like he was like the final speaker closing out the summit. And like one thing that I noticed about him was like mashallah, he's very good at running, but in terms of public speaking, he's not his strong suit.
Okay, so maybe stick to running, Mo Farah, if you're listening. Maybe brush up some other skills. No, I'm only joking by saying that. But what made you say that?
So for example, like you could like I don't know, like for me, I wasn't sure whether he was nervous, like or whether he's just genuinely not good at public speaking, but. Like whenever he would speak, he'd sort of like repeat the same points, and it'd be like you just think like where is he going like with a point or something like that, because he'd almost like start speaking and then he'd almost like forget what his point is, or he'd almost
the structure wasn't there.
Yeah, there wasn't any structure. Yeah, and repeat a few of the same points. Sometimes he almost seemed to forget what his point was, and it just you could just tell that he wasn't. Like, it wasn't his strong suit. So he had like another guy with him who was also like speaking about like what they're planning to do and things like that. And he was like a much better public speaker. So they bought Mo Farah like there for like the name recognition, and the other guy was just there to just like explain like what was going on and things like that. So
okay, so there was a ghostwriter there for him. Saying, do the public speaking.
Go speaker.
Go speaker. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if anything, that's interesting. You say that. I guess. The take I'm taking from this conversation I've had with you, I don't think everyone's built for public speaking then.
Yeah.
And I think that's not natural though, it's normal.
Yeah. And like, you know, like there's certain things like, you know, like public speaking is something that some people like are more talented at, but at the end of the day, it's a skill. It's a skill that you can improve. You know, like for example, like we're sort of going on a tangent right now. Mark Zuckerberg, you've seen him like he's improved recently. So like if you have like enough money, you can hire like a coach to coach you. So it's kind of surprising.
Learn because end of the day, public speaking is a skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only do you have your normal talents, but if you can add public speaking to it, then you're not just famous, you're also an influencer type of thing. Like you're doing public speaking, people are listening to you.
Yeah, exactly. And also as well, like when it came to episode as well, there was different types of attendees. So that's one thing that I noticed. So you'd get like a badge. Like not a badge, but like something like a lanyard, a big lanyard with your name on it, and what type of attendee you are. So I was like just like normal attendee. There was also like startup people that are like there to present the startup, and then like there was another type called investors as well. So like they're there to sort of like find startups to invest in. And then there was like the third, the fourth type of attendee, which was a partner as well. A partner, like I think like they're with the big companies and things like that. But I'm not exactly sure because I didn't speak to too many partners. So like I'm not.
I get it. I mean, you're amongst 25,000 people.
Yeah.
When are you going to find the chance to?
Yeah, exactly. So most of the people I spoke to were just like the people that are like sort of doing startups, and so like the structure of it like was like the day like there would be like you could just like sort of like walk around. And sometimes you could like sort of like you could like listen to speakers, or sometimes you could even attend like a mastermind as well. And a mastermind is like where you like there's like a little room like it's like a normal like sort of like closed off room like we are in now, and it's not like in the the main because like the main summit place it's like a big, almost like a big empty warehouse. Like that's how I'd explain it. Like
So they've got their own room to specifically focus on that.
Yeah, to focus on it. Exactly. So the mastermind, like you'd have like sort of like a panel. So you'd have like somebody asking questions, and then you'd have like people like that are in the discussion. So I attended one about startups in Africa, and basically like there was like 4 people like from different startups, and they just like were being asked questions about like what challenges are they facing, doing the startup. And what challenges are they facing in Africa, like specifically, and what opportunities do they have? So yeah, like it was really interesting to just like to also attend a mastermind.
Okay, that sounds really interesting as well. I mean, I keep saying the word interesting, but there's so much you can learn from the Web Summit. So even countries that are developing, how are they developing? It's interesting to know. So like you said, what was the country again? Sorry.
Zimbabwe,
yeah. So you don't hear much about Zimbabwe. It's just the world we're living in, right? So how are they themselves progressing? You've just seen that hands down now, their masterminds, what they're doing to progress.
Yeah, because I didn't expect like startups from Zimbabwe, to be honest. Because Zimbabwe isn't like really that much heard about, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't hear much about them, but it's the world we're living in.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of countries we don't hear about, so it's nice to know that they themselves are progressing and they're doing what they can to progress.
Yeah, definitely. So like the structure of like the website was like from 9 a.m. till about 5 p.m. You would just like be inside like the Web Summit, like so basically it's like the convention center. I think you might have come across it or something like that. It's like the convention center in Doha.
Was it the one in City Center, near City Center?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, the DECC, of course.
Yeah. So like that's like the main place like during the day where you are. And then there's also this other thing like called Food Summit as well. Like
a food summit.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, I've missed out on that. When did you get tickets for the food summit?
so when you attend the Web Summit, there's also like Food Summit basically, which is like you get to like once you like leave the convention center outside, like there's like a garden space where there's like food places like where you can eat like little food stalls and basically if you want to eat, like you can just go there. And at first, like when I saw it, like the food, I was like, oh, is this like a different event or something like that?
Yeah.
And it was like part of the same event. So
oh wow, so it's part of the Web Summit.
Exactly.
That's nice.
So you have like Shake Shack, you have Singapore noodles or something like that. You have lots of different food stalls, and the food is like.
And the food stall then, was that provided by the Web Summit or is it separate? You had to buy.
You had to buy it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing in life is free, my brother.
Nothing in life is free. Yeah.
No, but I get it adds to the experience. At least you've seen some new places and tried out.
Exactly. And the food is like is kind of expensive when you compare it to what's it called again? Like other places where you can get food in Doha. But to be honest, like if we're speaking like UK prices, it's not that expensive. Like compared to the takeaways that we have in the UK. So,
of course. At least you know what you're expecting then.
Exactly.
If it was cheaper, bonus. If it's more expensive, then you would have been like, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But it's normal price.
Yeah, it's normal price, yeah. And also as well, like you had like that like main day summit, and then you had like something called the night summit.
A night summit as well?
Yeah. So basically, it's the whole Web Summit is a 3-day event with the opening night. So the opening night is just like sort of like big speakers are speaking. I think the President, Prime Minister, King of Qatar spoke there. He spoke at the night summit to open the summit.
Okay.
Yeah, and he spoke about how Qatar is like investing a lot of money in startups. I think like the figure that he quoted was like $1 billion into startups, like into investing in startups. Yeah. So Qatar is like really a place that you need to watch out for in the future, because like a lot of the startups that are starting in the Middle East are going to be starting in Qatar because of like the amount of money they're putting into startups.
Of course, to see what the next big successful thing is.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do tonight then, Zach.
Yeah.
I'm going to think of 1,000,000,001 ideas, and hopefully one of them is going to be popping.
100%. So you know, like in terms of ideas, one thing that you should think about is combining teaching with AI. Because you know, like one thing I noticed about like when I was attending like the Web Summit, like a lot of the startups, like the 99 or 95% of them were AI related. They were using AI in some way, and like I'll tell you one thing that was kind of like annoying was like I felt like some of them were just copying each other because like have you heard of agentic AI?
I have not known. What's that about?
Neither did I before I attended.
Okay.
So basically, like agentic AI is just like they're just using AI to sort of basically to just like to basically just like as an assistant. Like so, for example, like let's say you go on like you're trying to buy like new like a MacBook, you go on Apple.com, and then like there's an AI that says, oh, like what specs are you looking for, like what are you trying to achieve, and then basically speak to the AI, and then it gives you recommendations on which MacBook to buy.
Okay, but that sounds wicked. That sounds very ideal.
Exactly, it does sound ideal, but the problem is that like if like about 50 to 30% of the startups are copying each other and doing exactly the same thing, you're not really standing out.
Okay, Control C, Control V.
Exactly. So the problem is like because a lot of them were copying each other, like they didn't really stand out that much. So but yeah, like a lot of the startup ideas included AI in some way or shape or form. Very few of them didn't use AI.
But I do somewhat understand that because the future we're looking at right now, AI is popping. So everyone's trying to utilize AI, right?
100%.
But I do get you. If you're just going to copy every other idea, then you're not popping.
Yeah, exactly. There were some innovative ideas. I'll give you an example. One to do with like with what you're doing. Like, for example, there was like one that was kind of interesting. This startup from India. Basically, like I spoke to him, and basically what he told me was like that startup is basically like an online platform that uses AI to help like mark kids like homework and just like and give them feedback on the homework.
Nice. Okay.
So I think that one like is like something that like would be useful to like somebody who works as a teacher like yourself. So basically like reduce the workload and things like that. So yeah, like it was really interesting. The tech. He gave me a demo. And it looked really good. And I asked him, like, do you have any users? Like, do you have like any like schools that you like partnered up with? And yeah, like they had like some schools that they partnered up with. So like, this is one thing that you found like in the like when you went to Web Summit, some of the startups were really early, like where like they basically like not got any users. Like they've got like maybe 2 or 3 users, and some of them basically have got like quite a few users, and they got like a bit of traction, and they've had like previous investment, and they're just looking for more investment to sort of like move further forward.
Of course.
So it's really interesting. And then and yeah, like that was the day summit. And then the night summit, you had like the night summit was hosted in different places. The first one was hosted in Souq Waqif, and
nice.
then actually the first and second were hosted in Souq Waqif, and then the third one was held like in a beach club. So basically, like it was just like on the beach, but it wasn't really the weather for beach weather. Like, it was kind of cold.
Yeah, you came at sort of a wrong time. It's cold.
Yeah,
it's cold in Qatar, which is surprising because if anyone's wondering, you're in the middle of a desert. The desert gets cold.
Yeah,
just so you know. But so yeah, other than that, so it sounds very interesting. You had a lot of good experiences. You met a lot of people.
I've actually got a story for you. Like you know, like the night summit during Souq Waqif, right? Like I had like a friend, but like we wouldn't like spend like most of the time together because he was like with a local, and basically he was doing I had like different objectives, but we'd catch up afterwards and just like see what was going on. So basically like the night summit, like the one in Souq Waqif, I went there, and then like there's like a place where like lots of different people can speak to each other. So basically. I was just walking around, just seeing like who I could speak to. So basically, this other guy, I see that having a conversation, but because they look like one of the guys look approachable, I approached them, and then I just joined in the conversation, but like the conversation was really interesting. Like
nice,
So basically, the guy was telling like the other guy he was telling him as a startup. What's really important is that you find when you find an investor, don't just choose any investor. Like so for me, like somebody who's like never really done startups or things like that was like some really good advice, because he was there like be careful with what kind of investor you get. So like for example, if you get an investor who basically doesn't know much about your business and who's just investing because they work for an investment fund and their goal is to like invest find startups, you're gonna have a lot of problems because they're gonna pay basically because they've got like a 5-year plan that they need to like sort of achieve, and they need to show like that their board that like that the companies that they're investing in are growing. So basically, they'll give you like ridiculous expectations. Like they'll expect you to get like 10,000 users by May or something like that.
Even though they don't know nothing about it themselves.
Exactly. They
Interesting.
Don't know.
That is class A advice.
So, So he was there like, be careful about the type of investor you get. Not all investors are equal. So basically he was there like, picking a good investor is like picking between a good and a bad wife. So
of course you're going to be spending your life with that.
Exactly. So he was there like, if you pick a bad wife, you're basically going to have a hard life. But if you pick a good wife, you're gonna have a good life. But if you pick a bad investor, same. If you pick a bad investor, you're gonna have a lot of difficulties. If you pick a good investor, you're gonna have like a lot more of an easier time.
Of course, and you'll get the most out of it as well.
Exactly. So the investor is, and a lot of people like what they don't understand is like an investor is not just about him like or her giving you like a lot of money and saying that's like the amount I've invested in you. Like what's more important? It's obviously money is important. Like they give you investment and things like that. But what's also important is that they also like they can also like sort of like help you out and mentor you as well. And that they know your business as well. Because like mentoring you and not knowing anything about your business is kind of useless. So they have to like
it's a recipe for disaster.
Exactly. They have to like know your business. They have to have like sort of had experience or know people that have had experience.
But for a startup as well, if you're getting an investor, by default you should be expecting to be coached. You shouldn't just be like, give me your money and that's it.
Exactly.
You need to learn from that.
Exactly.
Use the money wisely to even get more money back. That's the whole point of a business.
That's the whole exactly.
So of course you don't want to just get an investor that knows nothing about you. You waste their money, they waste their time, and it's bad for everyone. Your business doesn't move forward. That investment company is going to be very angry. If anything, you might need to pay them back. So let's just see who the investors are, see who's worthwhile.
Exactly. So like that's like a thing that I like never realized because like sort of like I didn't have any exposure to this. So just that random conversation. Like I felt like I learned like a lot, to be honest.
Of course. Yeah. So if there's any advice you'd like to give to anyone that are thinking about ever going to summits and that, is it something you would say to them?
Yeah, actually, that's a really good question. There's like the advice I'd give to people going to web summit is pace yourself, because like it's very tiring. Like when I first like sort of like booked the ticket, I was there like three days. Like what the heck? Like I paid a lot of money for just for
just before you move on, sorry, brother, if you don't mind me asking, how much was the actual ticket?
So the ticket was like 2,000 Qatar riyal, so about £460 around there.
That's still a bit pricey though, man. Jeez, okay.
It is just a bit. It's very pricey.
Is that a negative but or a positive but?
No, it's a positive but.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
Where else are you going to see Will Smith speak in real life?
That's very true. That's very true.
So yeah, like it's 100% worth it. And also as well, like there's also like little tricks that you can also do, like like on the last like day of Web Summit, they also reduce the price as well. They reduce it to about I think maybe about 1,000 Qatar riyal or something like that, about £100 basically.
Okay, okay.
So they reduce it because like they've still got like sort of like extra tickets and things like that.
But the benefits, so for anyone watching this and they're thinking about going to Summit, what's the benefits of it? Even though we just talked about it,
that's a really good question. That's a really good question. So like the main benefit is like if you've got like a startup idea and you're looking for investment, that's what Web Summit is mainly there for. Like so like you can also like me go there just to experience it, just to network, and just to like as a sort of like experience. You're almost like buying an experience, but like what you should be aware of and what you should know is that it's mainly geared to people that are that are trying to start a startup and are trying to find investment in that startup. So
of course, so it's a business idea to get there as well, or it could just be a learning curve as well.
Exactly. So if you've got like a startup like basically like you're gonna be given like a stall. So like or like basically like you have 3 days, and on one of the days you're gonna be given a stall, and that stall you just go, like there's gonna be people walking around. Some of them might be investors, some of them might just be general attendees. There could be anything, and basically you're like what that stall is for you to pitch your idea and also show them a demo. So like that's the whole point of.
Because get yourself out there, get the exposure.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
now I'm going to ask a very top secret question here to you, Zach.
Yeah.
Now, by all means, you don't need to answer it because it might be top secret.
Okay.
From all this innovation that you've seen,
Yeah.
is there any innovative ideas in your mind now that you're thinking, when I go home, I'm working on it?
Yeah. Actually,
or is it top secret?
That's actually a really good question. No, it's not top secret. Like as a developer, I always get asked like one question: can you build me a website?
Okay.
Can you?
I can only imagine.
Yeah. Can you? As soon as they find out what I do, can you build me a website? Like so, like one of my ideas, and like there's already tools out there to sort of build websites, like Wix, Squarespace. I think there's another one called Framer that came out not too long ago.
Okay, yeah, but you don't really need experience for them. You just jump on the website, make a website.
Exactly. They're basically like what do you call it? No code tools like to build websites.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is though, like I feel like these no code tool like websites, I feel like they're not ideal because like they're not simple enough to use. I think they might not be simple enough to use because like a lot of people like when they approach me to build a website, like they don't use those tools. So that means that there must be a gap in the market because like if these tools exist and you're still approaching me to build your website, that must mean that something somewhere's gone wrong.
Absolutely, I didn't even think of it like that. Absolutely, you're right.
Yeah. So
that you don't just have one app. There's many others that you just mentioned, and they're still not going to that. Why are they asking you then?
Yeah, exactly. So what I think is the main issue is the expertise, like because like these tools, because they allow you to build a website and it's like a no-code tool, and also and because like a lot of these people, they don't have experience in building websites. What's missing is like the guidance. Like they have got no guidance. So they can use these tools, but like they don't know what they're doing. They don't know they don't know anything about websites. Mm-hmm. So what my idea is like to sort of like create a website builder that guides you, that gives you ideas, that gives you that guides you like through the whole process of building the website.
Starting from the very top navigation to the menus.
Exactly. That guides you, and not just guides you. That gives you like different. You can just because let's be honest, bro. We're all lazy. I'm lazy. You're lazy.
It happens. It's human nature, man.
That's why Amazon exists. That's why next day delivery exists. So
yes.
So like a lot of the times we're not gonna be building things from. We don't want things from scratch. We just want. Oh, that navigation looks nice. Let me put that there. Oh, that navigation looks better to me. Then put that there. So basically, like my idea is just to almost you can just choose like a navigation that you want and put it on the website. Oh, okay, this heading looks nice. Let me put it there. Okay,
sort of like the Lego blocks of the developing world.
Exactly.
That is interesting. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Zach. Don't give it too much away because inshallah next time I'm expecting to see this application out there and people on it.
Yeah, inshallah.
So inshallah, definitely good luck with that because that's an interesting idea, and I'm glad you got that idea while being at the Web Summit.
And I've got a funny story for you as well. So at the Web Summit, towards the end of the Web Summit, my friend he introduced me to this guy. Basically, I met this guy who's also Somali as well. We became good friends. Like we basically met at the airport. And but that's a different story. I'll leave that for now. but basically, this guy's idea is. I feel like his idea is not the best idea, to be honest. So basically, his idea is he's trying to build this mobile application where you can choose the waiter that you want to at the restaurant. And also you can tell the waiter certain things certain preferences halal or if you've got a wedding anniversary or if it's somebody's birthday or something like that. So that was his idea. So basically you can see different restaurants and then you can see the waiters there. So yeah, so he was trying to do, and the first thing I noticed about the guy is like he puts like a lot of emphasis on mentors. So he tells me he had like 4 different mentors over the last 8 months or something like that.
Right.
So,
Okay.
So I go to, okay, so like what happened? So basically he's like, oh, this mentor, he's too focused on the children. They're not giving me enough focus. And this mentor, they're too busy and that and this and that. And then also as well, like when we met him, he just finished meeting somebody else. So he was there like, oh, that guy, like he's gonna start mentoring me. And this guy is God and astaghfirullah.
Why is he mentioning so much about mentors?
Yeah. So basically that's crazy. Like he's comparing them to like God, but like the thing is, like this guy, like the vibe that I got off of him was that like basically he puts too much emphasis on mentors. Maybe he's what my friend told me is that I think he's read a few too many self-help books, and so like if a mentor tells him to jump, he's gonna say how high, like because
he's not thinking for himself. He's relying on
the mentor, on the mentor so much. Like so, basically, he's putting like so much emphasis on the mentor, and what he doesn't realize is like the mentor is a person like himself, like who has like their own life to lead and things like that. Like so like the mentor, like don't get me wrong, like good mentors are important, but you shouldn't put all your emphasis on just a mentor, because at the end of the day, the mentor's got their own life to lead. And for them, like you're just like sort of like a side, just like a side project for them. So yeah, this guy he's putting too much emphasis on mentors, to a point like where he'd go into restaurants, and then he'd listen to their problems and he'd sit there down with them for a bit, and then he'd tell them about his solution. And then one day a mentor told him, no, don't cut out that, don't do that anymore. Just go in there and just, without even listening to them, just tell them what problem you're trying to solve. So he implemented that. So there's nothing wrong with like obviously implementing like what a mentor tells you, but
don't rely on them where you're not thinking for yourself.
Exactly.
They're a mentor to teach you so you can practice what you're
He's
learning.
almost outsourcing his thinking to a mentor, like literally.
Honestly, it sounds amazing. You've learned a lot of skills, you've learned a lot of ideas, all sorts from this web summit. So is this something that you would come to again, or is this just a one-off thing for you?
That's a very good question. You know, like I wouldn't attend Web Summit as an attendee again, because it's just going to be the same experience.
As an attendee?
Yeah, as an attendee. Yeah, I wouldn't attend it as an attendee again, because like once you've experienced it, you've experienced it. Like it's going to be like the sort of like the same thing. Like
same thing, different day sort of thing. You're an attendee, you know what to expect.
Yeah, you know what to expect. Like a lot of these like big names as well, like they're only speaking like on one day and for like a few like half an hour or something like that. They're not speaking for that long. So
I feel like there's a but moment going to happen. So you wouldn't attend as an attendee, but
maybe as if I had like a startup idea, I would attend.
Solid, absolutely, that makes sense. So if you have a little idea going on, don't be an attendee, be a businessman and start it up.
Exactly.
Get investors in.
Exactly. So that's what Web Summit is mainly geared towards. Like it's mainly geared towards you showcasing your idea and just and telling different people about your idea. And also like if you're gonna attend as well, make sure that you've got something that you can at least demo. Like so some of the startup people that were there, they didn't really have anything to demo.
At that point, it's just an idea. Like, how is investors going to invest in something they don't know nothing about?
They can't even see. So
exactly. Interesting. That's a good idea.
So what's the point? It's like me telling you a story right now. You get me? You're gonna say that's a very nice story. Like,
let me see it. Let me see. I don't have it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like me like trying to sell you a car, but rather than like you actually see the car, let me just tell you about the car. Like it's really fun. It goes 0 to 60 in that. But you're asking, can I test drive it?
Just imagine it. Imagine it. You don't need to see it. Just pretend it works in your mind.
Exactly.
Okay, no, but that's a big kicker. You're looking for investors and you got nothing to show. Yeah. It's a big red flag.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. 100%. Well, anyways, Zach, so Web Summit's over now. What's your idea? What's your plans on before you leave?
Well, I just buying like stuff like gifts for family and things like that.
Of course, it's a little short holiday left for you now, so you can enjoy it.
Yeah, and also as a one tip as well, like if you like attend web summit, because like a lot of times if you're going to be attending web summit, you're going to be attending it from a different country. Book yourself a few days to just relax because you need to decompress. Don't do what my friend did and go back straight after web summit. So he went back the next day. And you'll go back tired because web summit is exhausting. You like literally, I would come back to my hotel and I'd be exhausted because you're attending the day summit and then you come back to your hotel, you get ready again, you come back out for night summit, and then after that you come back to your hotel and you're absolutely drained. You're tired. Like
okay, so. Are you happy that you've got an extra couple of days here then, just to de-stress it out?
Of course. I literally feel so much more relaxed. Like literally, like those other days when I was attending Web Summit, like especially after like the final day, I was exhausted. I was sort of like almost like tapped out. Like I was glad to just like that was sort of over. But I was happy to attend it and I was happy to experience it. But I was glad that it was over. Like when it was over,
because you were so exhausted.
Yeah. because if you think about it, like realistically, because I'm talking to like lots of people. Like at website, I'm going to all the stores. I'm asking them like what they're doing and things like that. And I'm just talking to anyone who I can talk to. Like realistically, in my day-to-day life. I rarely like talk to like that many people and if I do like most of the time
my friends, it's a special occasion to do so. It's not like it's every day you're gonna smash out 10 million words a day.
Exactly. So like after like you introduce yourself, told them what you do, and then you ask them questions about what they do, and they've told you about what they do. At the end of the day, you just feel tired, like you get me, because you've been talking like and just talking to people that like you've met for the first time. And you've met for the first time as well. So yeah. So it's really tiring. Just make sure you book yourself some time to just relax and enjoy the country that you're in, enjoy the place that you're in. And that would be my advice.
Absolutely solid advice there. Honestly, I've enjoyed listening to this. And what it is as well, I'm glad you've came over because like I said at the very beginning, you're a brother to me, man, a very long-term friend. So I'm happy that you came for the Web Summit because it gave me an excuse to see you as well.
Thank you.
But I'm happy that you've learnt a lot from it. So next thing I'm expecting to see from you, Zach, is that idea that you mentioned.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you,
good luck with it all. And honestly, guys, after this, we're going to go explore Qatar. So peace out. I'll see you in the next one. Zach, thank you for dropping by. See you later.
Thank you. See you.